Hello? Is it working? Is it working? Shoot. Get rid of that. Okay, I think it's working. My bitrate settings is out of recommended for Twitch. Less than 6,000 kilobytes per second. I don't think I can change that now. Also, it is. It fluctuates, but I don't think that's an issue. Does everything look good? What's up, Mariah? And J-Rock and Platypus? And Copper, welcome in. So I'm doing the simulcasting again, and we're using Restream, so we're doing a different thing. It's kind of weird though, like it's, well, at least for YouTube. I guess it's also kind of weird for Twitch, because it's saying my bitrate is out of range for Twitch, even though I've never had an issue with that, like just actually streaming on Twitch. So if everything looks good, then that's good. Your name is Ghost Johnson. You play the drum so good that you bring back the dead. I mean, I would believe you if you could spell the word drum correctly. It's a very easy word to spell, and you somehow mess that up. So I don't know what to tell you there. How's everyone doing? And what's cool about Restream is now I have an actual thing for both chats, so I don't have to like have a window open and then have another window open. I think I'm gonna stick to the Twitch thing. Oh, it does say I'm live on Twitch. It's just it doesn't show me the stream. That's interesting. This is definitely interesting. Doing great. How about you? I'm doing all right. I was trying to figure out how to not even set this up. Setting this up wasn't hard. For some reason, so I had a plugin that I used to simulcast, and I mean we're definitely gonna figure out today if simulcasting's still on the table, because almost every time I simulcasted, my OBS would just disconnect, and I wasn't sure if it was my internet or the plugin, and I did like a whole week of streaming on only Twitch, and we didn't have a single issue. So I'm doing the simulcasting using a different thing. This time I'm using Restream instead of the plugin. And what was really hard was actually figuring out how to delete the plugin. For some reason, it was like I just could not find the plugin. I don't even know. I like had to do a bunch of research, and someone on like some OBS forums had like a typed out thing to find the folder, because it's like a hidden folder apparently for this specific way that I installed this plugin, and it was very confusing, but I ended up uninstalling it because I didn't want to have it installed, because I don't know if just having it installed would cause issues. But yeah. You're doing a playthrough of Red to get a shiny Mew. You're enjoying a bunch, Red. Nice. You gonna do the Mew glitch to get shiny Mew, I'm assuming? I mean, that's like the only way. You only have to play through Cinnabar, essentially. You want like rare candies and stuff. What's up, Thor? Thank you for the shiny luck. Oh, that's one thing about this chat, is that I can't see redemptions. So I guess I have to have Twitch chat open too. Interesting. Well, I can see the redemptions. I think I just have to have this window in a different spot. I think that's what it is. Because I can see the... Do I even have to have Twitch chat open? I don't know if I can... Okay, well now I just have activity feed twice. So maybe I alternate this. And there we go. Now I can see all of the activity feed. That's cool. What's up, William and Victorious Vulpix? And Andy, welcome in. Thank you for the luck, J-Rock. Victorious, was it you the one who asked about the trading bug in Gen 3? And pink waving. I can't see what that is. Does that look like something on... I don't even get to see my YouTube stream chat. Does this thing not show emotes? Was that an emote you sent in? Maybe I should have freaking both. I don't know how to get the YouTube chat open though. It's very interesting. I'm new to this. I don't know how this works, if I'm being honest. Let me see. Yeah, that just shows weird. No, I'm not trying a new plugin. I'm trying. There's a website you can use. So Victorious, I caught a haunter on Leaf Green, and I gave it an Everstone, and then I traded it to another Leaf Green. It did not evolve. And then I traded it back to the original Leaf Green. Still didn't evolve. Then I traded it to a Fire Red and back. And it never evolved. It didn't delete the Everstone. So I don't know if it's like a random low chance thing to happen. And also my games are like different versions too. So like, I don't even know. So it didn't happen. I'm still trying to figure out this chat thing. Because ultimately, like, what I had with YouTube and Twitch, that wasn't terrible. But it appears I cannot... Maybe I refresh the page or something? Also, what does the stream look like on YouTube? Oh, it looks like this. Oh, okay, wait. I just have to have the thing open on YouTube. Do I think Kadabra will? I think I originally did it with Kadabra when I tried. I could be wrong though. Okay, I guess I can see emote. So maybe what's the point? I'm a little confused. YouTube is weird when it comes to streaming, I'm gonna be honest. Like, why is it like I'm doing this like simulcasting thing? Twitch, the only thing that's different on Twitch is that I can't view my stream on Twitch. I can view the chat and all the redemptions and stuff. YouTube, I can't even see chat. Unless I go onto the actual site. And then I can see, like, the emotes and stuff. But I can't, like, make that its own window, right? Maybe oh, I can! Oh. Okay, then what's the point of doing the double chat thing? It seems kind of stupid. Like, in theory, this is, like, a good idea. But it doesn't work well. I can't see emotes or redemptions or anything if I use this. So, maybe I just shouldn't use that. That's weird. It's kind of lame, honestly, that it does it like that. So let me just open Twitch. Let's change this back. No, not this. Let's change this back to activity feed. I don't know why I couldn't find that. And we'll change this back to chat. And then we have the YouTube pop. Okay, so we're pretty much what we were before. It's just now the chat is in light mode. You did emotes. We definitely get it today. I hope I get shiny Mew today. What's up, Poiple Boy? And Spiky Ear Pichu. How's it going? Thought they added a feature that specifically Kadabra evolved no matter. Yeah, it's after 3rd gen that's a thing. So I guess my advice. Also, let me tweet out the streams. I never did that. My advice would be do it at your own risk. Because if there's a confirmed glitch that can cause your Pokemon to evolve, either do it, trade a Pokemon that you are okay evolving if it does evolve. Or just risk it. Like, I don't think there's a clear-cut answer, but I did 4 trades across different games, and it never evolved. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. How are the hunts going? The hunts are going... I mean, we haven't started yet. I just started doing this new version of simulcasting, so I'm trying to get, like, used to everything, but I think I got it. It's looking like the keeping both chats in one feed is not going to be ideal, because I just can't see emotes or redemptions, which is lame, but unless there's a way to change that, but I don't know yet. Your first shiny fail is today. You missed a shiny Dodrio because you ran away and despawned. You hate Pokemon that run away. That's why you're never going to hunt in the Safari Zone in Fire Red Leaf Green. Are you talking Scarlet and Violet? I'd hate to break it to you, Mighty, but Scarlet and Violet, you've failed way more shinies than just the Doduo. That was far from your first shiny fail in Scarlet and Violet. No, these are Spanish copies. But Japanese copies shouldn't be expensive. Like, what's your definition of expensive? Because I recently bought a Japanese copy of Ruby for $18, so. You're hunting Deoxys and Emerald. Wish you as much luck as possible. Good luck. You started Fallout hunting, recently got a shiny Abra before the 3rd batch fairly fast with 533 no hunting Lugia before Elite 4 and still silver. Or are you now hunting Lugia? Is that what you meant to say? Good luck on the Lugia. Your first fail was a Venomoth in Fire Leaf Green. My first fail was a Rattata in Fire Red. Alright, I guess we can start now. Let me just get my counter open. I think everything's working. I think we're good. Just gotta adjust some stuff. This is new to me. This is a new way to simulcast, and I'm not quite used to it yet, so bear in mind. Have you set up the old C map? Or I did glitch. There's you do the Pomeg Berry glitch to get the items, and then you have to do a bunch of other wacky glitches in order to unlock the event flags. I already read that. Sorry for the typo. You don't have to apologize for the typo. I figured it out. You tried Friend Safari last night and got 4 of your targets in like 3 hours. Yeah, Friend Safari's pretty high odds. I mean, it's essentially just random encounters, but with higher shiny rates. It's not like that much hot. It's significantly higher, but if you already have Shiny Charm, it's not like that much different than just doing a normal Shiny Charm hunt. A lot of people, there's a huge like misconception. For years, everyone just assumed that the Friend Safari shiny rates were 1 in 512 across the board, regardless of you having a shiny charm or not. But the reality is, like, the base odds, I think, are like 1 in 1100 something, and then the shiny charm odds are like they're either 1 in 810. Oh wait, maybe the base odds are 1 in 810, and then the shiny charm odds are like 1 in 683. I forget. They're not... They're not as high as everyone thought, but I don't know the actual odds by heart. They're kind of like random odds. Can't figure out the characters to put in the PC. Can't figure out the characters. What do you mean by the characters? Like, you can't figure out the direction to, like, the order to put them in? You start with, so going from right to left, you do C dot, plusle, C dot, plusle, like you just alternate, and you do the 2 rows above the bottom row. I should start recording too, we'll do that. You gonna have a demo or link when you get it to make the vid? Are you talking about the tutorial on how to do the glitches? I already have those on my YouTube channel. Just like search shiny, how to get shiny Mew, shiny Deoxys on my channel, and there's a whole series on it. It was very old though. Look, what ball are you catching in? I'm gonna do the very unique Pokeball that no one catches shiny Mew in, the dive ball. Which is what literally everyone catches shiny Mew in. Naming the PC boxes. You don't have to name the PC boxes. You don't have to name them. You just have to use like box 1, box 2. You might be thinking of a different process than what I used, if I'm being honest. You get a nest ball egg. Are you talking about the Smeargle part where you have to get the egg with the 20 HP? Is that what you're talking about? Gotten a shiny Octillery and Gyarados back-to-back in Friend Safari. Crazy shiny Antimetric for 1 in 8,000 odds. I don't really prefer 1 in 8,000. I just prefer full odds. So like 1 in 4096 is totally fine. Like I'm doing full odds in Sword and Shield right now, and it's taken a while. I'm like 5750 on my current phase. I'm doing resets too, because you can actually do resets in the Motorstoke gym. And I don't want to phase, so I can get about 250 resets an hour with my 2 games. So it's a lot slower, but we're making progress. We're just getting unlucky. I just hope I don't go like over 10,000. You forgot I streamed? How do you forget that? I say it in like every single one of my videos. I also stream quite often. You don't pay attention? That's just a random thing to say then. Shiny Mew Quick Ball? Yeah, I mean, if Quick Balls existed in Gen 3, maybe. Just reclaimed your Alpha Mime Jr. that you forgot to save after you caught over a week or so ago. Nice. I actually just got... I did a hunting session for alphas. Not shiny alphas, but regular alphas. I did a hunting session the other day and I got Alpha Mr. Mime. At some point I got the Alpha Male Shinx. I've been doing a little bit of that off stream. I've gotten a decent amount. We're at 251 out of, I think there's 322 total. Yeah, I got an alpha Quilava outbreak. So I have Quilava and Typhlosion now. I just need Cyndaquil, so hopefully that's not too bad. I also filled out a full box of alphas now. I have I think it's box 3 is full because I only needed Mr. Mime and Ralts or Kirlia, and I ended up finding an Alpha Mr. Mime and an Alpha Ralts that I evolved into Kirlia. And then for the first box, we're only missing the female Starly, Cyndaquil, and Decidueye. So we're making pretty good progress on that. Still no Burmese, still no Space-Time Distortion exclusives that I haven't already gotten. You didn't play Gen 3? Yeah, Gen 3 is the best game to shiny hunting. Best generation to shiny hunting. Everything's full odds. There's no methods. So if you get a shiny, it's like crazy. But you still get encounters pretty fast, so it doesn't feel like terrible. For some reason, you think you had a vid for the English version? Well, there's your issue there. I don't. I don't know if you've realized, but I'm playing on Spanish copies. I don't have a reason to look into the English version. I don't have English copies. So I don't know how it works on English. I know it's different. I've heard it's also easier on English. So, but when I was looking into it, it was only known for non-English European copies of Emerald at the time. So that's what I have. This was like so many years ago. Blind guy, thank you for the shiny lock. You watched a different video. Okay, check out your video. I didn't know you had one. Thanks for answering. Yeah, no, I don't have a version for English, and I have no reason to look into English because I don't have an English copy. I don't plan to buy an English copy. Like, having an English copy of Emerald would be nice, but I think Emerald's kind of an overrated Pokemon game, and it's also one of the most expensive Pokemon games, so I just don't have a reason to, like, buy another copy of Emerald. So I have no reason to, like, look into it, because I'm not going to use the knowledge anyway. Well, 8,000 or full odds is more satisfying to you. It feels like you earned it. Yeah, I think full odds shiny hunting is just... I think people have kind of twisted, like, methods around. Well, I don't know. I feel like it just depends on who you ask. I see full odds as, like... And this is, like, no... This is no, hate towards anyone that method hunts. Because obviously, like, hunt how you want. But, to me, it feels like methods feel like a handicap. Handicaps in games aren't a bad thing. They make stuff easier and stuff like that. Like, it sometimes adds more fun to the game in some situations. But what I like about shiny hunting full odds is that it's a different level of challenge, and you're not handicapping yourself. So it feels like you're just doing something, like challenging yourself without using any form of, like, modification or something like that. And it just feels more rewarding that way when you get the shiny. Your Emerald copy battery is dead now. Same with your Ruby and Sapphire, but your Crystal is fine. So if Emerald's battery is dead, it doesn't do anything with the RNG. Emerald's RNG is always broken. So... the only thing having a dead battery does is make it so that Shoal Cave doesn't change and you can't, like, grow berries. But shiny hunting is exactly the same. Ruby, just pretend you're hunting on Emerald if you have a dead battery on Ruby. So essentially just don't do reset hunts unless you really know what you're doing. You should be fine. Someone was just talking about how he got death threats from some guy for hunting Mew in an English copy. It's crazy. People are really sensitive. I just get people in it's usually the YouTube chat that will just, well, it's not usual, but, there was someone in YouTube chat that was just like, nice hacked Mew, and it's just like, it's not hacked, I just use glitches to access a legitimate event that they never released, and it's perfectly legal, so, shouldn't matter. If you don't wanna use, like, glitches or something to unlock an event and hunt it legitimately, that's totally fine. That doesn't mean you should bring other people down for it. Like, I have full respect for people that want to do everything as 100% legit as they can, and even if it's not possible, like, there's people that are really strict, and they'll do everything 100% legit, and if there's no way to do something 100% legit, they just won't do it. And I have respect to those people. But if you're one of those people and tell other people that they're doing it wrong, and that they shouldn't be doing it because it's not 100% legit, then I have no respect for those people. Like, me hunting this Mew does not affect you in any way. I need to make this window smaller. I made this window bigger for the plugin, and I don't have the plugin anymore, so... There we go. That's better. The guy was unhinged, he even got part of Sonic's location. How do you even do that? Don't try if you know how. That's really weird. What do you mean by part? If you mean by part of his location, like his country, that's... I mean, that's not that much. You got 2 for $70, the price has skyrocketed. 2 copies for $70? I hate to break it to you, but that's a good deal. For authentic copies, that's a good deal. But that's just the sad reality we live in. Normally, copies of like Emerald or like Fire Red Leaf Green or something like that for English are like $100 for one copy. Yeah, you know my location, the US of A. True. I can tell you that my my Vivian pattern is polar. Does that help? No, this is Aaron. But where good hunts for Soul Silver or Diamond and Pearl? You want to do more game corner hunts, which is the way you got your Abry mentioned earlier. Well, I mean, any game corner hunt's a good hunt, like, but you don't need me to tell you that. I haven't done a ton of hunting in Heart Gold Soul Silver, so I'm not like the best person to ask, but obviously like the starter is great. I plan to do the Kanto starters from Professor Oak, but those are just regular resets. They're not like crazy unique hunts. I recently did Venonat in Heart Gold Soul Silver in the route above Cerulean City at like night, I think. You get like a really high encounter rate for Venonat and Venomoth, and Venomoth's only like level 8, so it's kind of cool that way. But yeah, I haven't done a ton of hunting in Heart Gold Soul Silver besides like Safari Zone. You don't get to be in the streams often since you work around when you start stream. Yeah, I stream at a weird time, I'm gonna be honest. You'll need to figure out someday for English Deoxys. Yeah, you could also use like R4s and stuff to like mimic distribution cartridges to get them in like Fire Red Leaf Green. Watch the dumbest meme only to be recommended here. But you've been in stream before, right? I've seen you here. It's like saying wave dashing is cheating in Melee. Literally, who cares? I don't know if it's exactly the same as that, because there's like officials that say like you can do one thing or another. But isn't wave dashing legal in Melee? But again, like league, there's a difference between legality and legitimacy. Like, this Mew is not 100% legit, but it is 100% legal. Like, there's so many people that think because it's, like, Spanish and it's not Japanese, it's not, like, legit or legal or whatever. It is legal. It'll still send up. I wouldn't be hunting it if it can't send into, like, Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Home. And that's, honestly, to me, that's really all that matters. Like, I'll try to do things as legitimate as possible, but sometimes you just, like, there's no ways to fully legitimately shiny hunt Mew. The only fully legitimate way to get a shiny Mew is through Pokemon Go. Or there was like one Japanese distribution for it. And spoiler alert, I've gotten the shiny Mew through Go. It's one of my Mark Master Pokemon from my alt account. So like, even if you want to be really technical, I have a 100% legit shiny Mew in Pokemon. But I'd rather hunt a full odds one, and this is one of the only ways to do it. You know if there's anything weird if hunting reproduction copies? I mean, I would say there isn't like anything weird about hunting on reproduction copies. Like, it should all work the same. It's the same game file, just on like a bootleg cartridge. I would recommend, like, if you're doing Gen 3 especially, I'd recommend making sure you, like, testing everything out. Like, test if you can trade, test if you can use it in a DS, test everything about it to see how stable it is before you, like, risk shiny hunting on it and then losing your Pokemon because you can't trade or something. Because lots of, like, Gen 3 reproduction copies are really unstable. And I have one. Like, there's ones like, if as soon as you try to trade with someone, it'll delete the save file. Or, like, in my case, if I try to use it in a DS at all, it'll delete the save file. So, I know what mine can and can't do, so I'm comfortable shiny hunting on it. Because for me, as long as I don't put it in a DS Game Boy slot down here, I'm totally fine. And I can trade them off, so even if I want to send the shinies up, I just have to trade them off the save file first. So, I'm totally fine. But, like, some reproduction copies just don't even save properly, or just will randomly get corrupted. So you just gotta make sure, like, you know everything about it before, like, trying something like that. But in terms of, like, generating shinies and stuff, they should be exactly the same. Unless it's, like, some sort of, like, ROM hack that's, like, installed onto the cartridge instead. With, like, different shiny odds and whatever. But you'd probably know that if that were the case. I started shiny hunting on a fake copy. And I still do shiny hunt on a fake copy. My far left fire red, when I do 4 times fire red leaf green, the fire red on the far left is a fake copy, and I've gotten plenty of shinies on it. And I just trade them to my authentic leaf green so that they're safe. In case something happens. Ruby and Sapphire, $80 nowadays. Yeah, like, it's ridiculous. English Emerald is $150. That's crazy. For, like, not even a good condition one. Yeah, the only time you care if people cheat in a game is if it's an online game. Yeah, like, cheating in games is fine if you don't hinder other people's experiences for it. And that extends to, like, bragging about cheating. Like, when people, like, cheat or, like, you know, do this or that in, like, Pokemon games to, like, hack in shinies or whatnot, I have an issue when people are, like, brag about it. And if I'm being honest, it kind of extends to, like, when people RNG abuse. Obviously, if you RNG abuse, that's totally fine, but, like, I have people in chat come to me and tell me that I should be RNG abusing. And that's not okay. But yeah, like, as long as you aren't affecting other people's gameplay, and again, that extends to, like, bragging about cheating. And the reason why I say that is because it really, if you start bragging about cheating to someone that's playing legit, it really kind of brings them down. Like, a prime example is, it was the Zigzagoon Community Day in Pokemon Go, and my friend randomly found a perfect IV Zigzagoon. And we were like, we gotta go get it. I need perfect Zigzagoon, and if it's a shiny, that'd be crazy. I ended up getting it shiny. It was a Shundo Galarian Zigzagoon for me, which was just so crazy. And then I posted about it to, like, this group chat I have. I'm, like, so excited that I got this, like, shiny Galarian Zigzagoon, or Shundo Galarian Zigzagoon. And then one of the person that I was, like, expressing how excited I was about it, they just posted that they got a Shundo as well, but they used, like, a tracker to track the Hundo, which is, like, it just really kind of, like, brought me down. I was, like, so happy about it, and then they just kind of, like, wrote it off as, like, well, yeah, it's super easy, just use a tracker. And it's like, I didn't use a tracker, and it was really cool, but now you're making it feel like it's not cool. Which I know they didn't, like, intentionally do that. Like, that's not what they were trying to do, but that's just how it came off. So yeah, like, we've all cheated in games. Like, I used to, when I was a kid, I used walk through walls, infinite money, infinite experience, make every Pokemon shiny hacks on, like, my action replay. Like, we've all done it. Sometimes it's just part of the game to enjoy and experience. But as soon as you start, like, affecting others with it, that's an issue. How much did you spend on XD copy, or did you have it from your childhood? So this is gonna be crazy. I used to have XD as a child. We got rid of it. And one day, randomly, this was before I was, like, really into shiny hunting. Like, I got the copy not thinking I would like shiny hunting. I just wanted the copy again. I think I only spent, like, $30 on it, because it was before the games went up in price. Most of my older games I bought before they skyrocketed in prices, so I just got really lucky. And then, even then, some of the games I bought, I also got really good deals on, even then. Like, my copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver, both copies were, like, less than $15 each. And then my authentic copy of Platinum was $10. And I, like, was buying them thinking that they were fake copies, and they just ended up not being copies. Because those copies, like, Heart Gold Soul Silver, I think at the time, was going for, like, over $50. And then Platinum was, like, a $40 game at the time. So, like, not only did I buy my games before the prices skyrocketed, but I also got, like, really good deals on some of them. And then, like, my Fire Red and Leaf Greens that I bought that were authentic were, like, I bought them from GameStop. Like, they were just on the GameStop site. And Fire Red was $30. Leaf Green, I think, was $35. And then when I bought my second copy of Leaf Green, I had to buy it on eBay, and I think it was, like, $40. Yeah, I got lucky. I got back into the series at, like, a pretty good time. Your husband taught you how to add Pokemon from Stadium to Red and Blue with a Game Shark? I don't even know how that works. We have Pokemon Stadium, and we even have the attachment for the controller to put a Game Boy game in, but I never owned Red and Blue, so I could never use it, which is so goofy. Maybe someday I'll buy, like, a copy of Red and Blue just to mess around with it. Like, you're not cheating the shiny into existence, not to mention Bank accepts it, so why do people butthurt over it? Yeah, like, you just shouldn't care. Like, I'm doing this for me, not because I want to, like, impress people. I just want a shiny Mew, and there's not, like, a good way to hunt it. And if you absolutely, like, care as much as you want to about it and say, like, oh, well, you shouldn't brag about cheating, like I just said, you're being a hypocrite. Hey, I have the fully legit shiny Mew from Ghost, so just pretend that that's the one I'm hunting that I already got. If you want to be like that. Is Gen 1 Mew not considered legit? It's illegal unless you use the 8F glitch to change your ID, and then you have to have your trainer name be GF, and then the ID needs to be, I think it's 22766 or something like that. I forget what the ID is. But obviously it's really hard to get that specific ID. But if you use 8F, you can, like, change your ID to be that. So you can just, like, catch Mew glitch Mews with GF as your OT and then the right ID, which mimics an event Mew that they distributed. And that one's legal. So you can shiny hunt it and then send it up if you did those prerequisites. But for the most part, like, Mew glitch is not legal. And it's not legit. But, you know, it's one of the only ways to actually shiny hunt Mews, so go for it if you want. You actually finally managed to RNG minute Pokemon Black. Is it hard? I just don't really have, like, an interest in RNG manipulation. Like, I mean, maybe one time I do it just to mess with it, but I don't have, like, I don't even care enough to want to, like, try to learn it. Because I'd rather, like, if I want a shiny, I'd rather just hunt it. It's more satisfying that way for me. Gen 1 wasn't really supposed to have shinies, but if you put the numbers in and you know it's the one and trade into Gen 2 and it's shiny, it's just the same as hunting at full odds or even more. Are you talking about, like, resetting for the Mew, or are you talking about using 8F to force it to be shiny? Because I kind of have an issue with forcing it to be shiny, because that kind of takes the idea of, like, the rare shiny out of the equation, which... For me, I would just use 8F to make the Mew legal, and then I would shiny hunt it legit by just encountering it and have the 1 in 8192 chance. I only used 10,000 steps on your Pokewalker, so now it's time to get the 1% Torchic. I've never owned a Pokewalker. I have no idea how any of that works. My copies of Heart Gold, Soul Silver were not in box with the Pokewalker. They were just cartridges. Have you used a GB operator? You got one recently, I haven't used it yet. Seems like a good go-around for some events and backing up saves and stuff. Yeah, they seem cool. I don't really have a reason for one. A lot of people buy them because they are ways to display games without having to buy a capture card, and they're a really nice alternative for that. But for me, if I wanted to use it the same effectiveness as I currently hunt, I would have to buy 4 of them, and that's just not worth it to me. But, yeah, if you want to use it for, like, backing up saves and stuff, that's really cool. For me, I just use an R4 card to back up my Gen 3 saves. I plan to homebrew that 2DS I just bought, and then you get the program to back up, like, DS and 3DS saves, so... someday I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, I think they're cool. I just, for me personally, I don't really have like a good reason to buy them. What seems really cool are those, like, I got like an ad for one, I think. It was like, they're called like Pocket Pros or something. I forget what they're called, but they're essentially like a Game Boy SP that has an HDMI port. So you can like hook it up to an Elgato. And I thought those are cool, because essentially just like a Game Boy, but with HDMI support. So you can like stream it. But they're always like out of stock, because everyone wants them. And I think they're kind of expensive. Husband taught you how to add Pokemon. Oh, I already read that. Kind of jump around chat a lot. Hard reset until you get the right ID one. Yeah, but the odds of that are like harder than finding a shiny, so that's why it's easier to use 8F to do that. Like, yeah, you can do that, but I mean, if you're gonna use the Mew glitch to hunt it anyway, just don't waste your time resetting for an ID thousands upon thousands of times. It's like a 1 in 65,000 chance you get it. That's not really worth it, in my opinion. You want 100% legit, but even I don't care. Whatever makes you happy is what matters. Yeah, exactly. Like, I try to do as legit as possible. Like, there's people, like, I was toying around the idea of doing shiny lock removals and stuff, but ultimately I don't really want to do that. I'm just gonna hope that they make things huntable in the future, and then I'd say maybe if I, like, fully got a shiny living dex and had nothing else to hunt, then maybe I would do a shiny lock removal, but, like, for the most part, like, if I'm gonna hunt something, I want to do it, like, as legit as possible. Like, for example, like, at some point I had planned to shiny hunt, like, Arceus via the Void glitch, but even though that wasn't legal, just to, like, get that shiny, but then they added Arceus and BDSP that you could shiny hunt, so I'm like, alright, that's how I'm gonna shiny hunt Arceus, the actual fully legitimate way. I'm kind of bummed I missed out on the member card event. I swear I picked it up, because I would have re-hunted Darkrai. But whatever, I already have shiny Darkrai. It just would have been, like, a little more legit. If you RNG manipulate a Pokemon Black Realm on 3DS, major hard. You hated it so much. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. Like, I have no knowledge on that. I'll take your word for it. You got the path when you were the DNS exploit for the Pokedex in Arceus, so you can hunt the level 1 creation trio. Yeah, that's cool. Like, people still do that. Or, like, people will use, like, the DNS exploit to get the event Regigigas to hunt the Regi trio in Platinum. Like, I don't have issues with that. But for me personally, I'm just going to hunt the Regis in, like, Ruby Sapphire. But that's just how I prefer to hunt it. Did I ever plan to shiny hunt the partner cat Pikachu in the Ultra games? Oh, brother. You have no idea. I have hunted it twice. Both videos are on my YouTube channel. I failed it the first time, and then I reclaimed it. And both were pretty far over odds. So, no, I don't plan on hunting it again. I've done it twice already. Yeah, check out the videos. One of my only, like, shiny fails that isn't Safari Zone is the partner cat Pikachu. Can cosplay Pikachu be shiny? No, you'd have to, like, hack the game to make it shiny. I think Absolblogs did something like that where he unlocked it. I forget, though. But even if you get it shiny, you can't get him out of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire regardless, so they're just locked in that game forever. Are you talking about the Analog Pocket? Those things are pretty sweet. Yeah. Shiny Numble taking up all the time. 1200 plus. 1200 plus for DexNav seems like a lot, doesn't it? I didn't do too many DexNav, but I want to say all of mine took like 100 to 500. I might have only done 2 though. I think one took like 100 something, and then one took like 300 something. You just got shiny Abra and Harkle while watching your female... my female, unfortunately? Wait, you're saying it's unfortunately female? Female's the better one. There's a gender difference for Kadabra and Alakazam, and the female's the rarer one. So female is awesome. That's the one you want to get. Congrats on the Abra. 1,600 encounters for Deoxys now. Good luck. Using Spanish copies to transfer, so it can transfer legally. Doesn't matter what copy it is. If you get a shiny Mew or just a Mew from the Faraway Island events in Emerald, no matter what language, it will transfer with no issues. However, I will have to trade it off the Emerald copy because I don't have a Spanish copy of Gen 4. And you cannot transfer up to a Gen 4 game if the language is different. So I have to trade it to an English copy first and then trade it up if I want to do that. But doesn't matter what language you get the Mew in, as long as you get it from this event, it'll be legal. Spanish is just because at the time when I got these copies, non-English European copies of Emerald were the only known games that could unlock the events without a cheating device. So that's just what I went with. How do you get Mew in Emerald? Lots of glitches or a cheating device. I use lots of glitches though. It'd be too much for me to just explain in stream, and even if I did explain like the full process, you wouldn't understand what I'm talking about. You would have to like see it happen. Every time a shiny Machop spoils the party. Oh, is Dexnav not the same Pokemon? I thought it was the same Pokemon over and over again. Unless you, like, mess up. Is that not how it works? I forget. It's been so long. Unless you're talking about Horde encounters. That'd make more sense. You grabbed an English copy yourself? You use Palmet Glitch? Yeah, I use Palmet Glitch. I don't know how it works on English copy, though, so you'd have to do more research. There's, like, variation between each language. In terms of, like, the EVs you need for, like, the items and whatnot, and other stuff. And I don't even know how, like, the unlocking process works. Personally, you prefer male Kadabra Alakazam because of the mustache. You can see where they're coming from. I get that. I do think the male one is, like... I like the Pokemon that have, like, the bigger, like, more prominent gender differences. So, like Rhyhorn and Rhydon, like, they have, like, the bigger horn when they're male. So I usually prefer those. Or, like... Scyther. It's a little subtle, but Scyther, I prefer the female one because it has, like, the bigger abdomen and stuff like that. So I guess I get that, but I like seeing them from, like, a rarity standpoint. So, like, even though, like, design-wise, I prefer, like, the male Blaziken or whatever, because it has the bigger head feathers, the female is just, like, rare, so it's cooler, in my opinion. Feels like we need a command that leads to a dock of ways to get Mew and Emerald. I couldn't help you with that. The only thing I can do is link my videos for how to do it in, like, the non-English European copies. You bought your Soul Silver. It had legit events on there that you traded a Pearl to keep forever. Nice. The only copy that I bought, like, secondhand that had an actual event on it was the Fancy Pattern Vivian. When I bought my copy of Y. The game had already been played through, and I opened it up to see what was on it, and I noticed the delivery man was there, and I was like, there's an event on this? Oh my gosh. And it was the Fancy Pattern Vivian. I thought it was so lame. And then later I thought it was cool. And now I'm not sure, because you can just get Fancy Pattern Vivian and Scarlet and Violet now, so... Yeah, not sure. Not sure if I still like it or not. It would have been way cooler if it was the Pokeball pattern, that's for sure. Or like a Diancie. That would have been crazy. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever gotten, like, an event from, like, a used copy. It was just, like, unclaimed. Sometimes you don't find a Numel and the other Pokemon pop up, and unfortunately that ends up being the shiny. Can't you just, like, avoid them, though? If you see that it's, like, searching for something else? And then just, like, go in and out of the route or something to start over? Because the chain doesn't really matter. The chain only, like, really raises your shiny odds, like, every, like, 25, 50. Other than that, it's just the search level that, like, gives you higher shiny rates consistently. Sensing Hypno on Leaf Green, hope it's female. Yeah, there's no gender differences on Fire Red Leaf Green. But if you plan to send it up, yeah, the female Hypno's cooler. Mine is... I think mine is female. But I still need the male one if I want to get the gender differences. Don't Pokemon that use attracts tend to be female too? Having female Pokemon might be an advantage in that case. I think it just depends on the Pokemon. I don't think it depends on the, like, gender ratios. Like, I think, like, Skitty is, like, 50-50 male-female. I think that gets attract, so... Unless you're talking about from NPCs, in which case I actually don't know. But I could see them doing that. Doesn't break the chain? Wait, what doesn't break the chain? Are you talking about finding the shiny Machop? Yeah, I know that, but breaking the chain doesn't really matter. The chain only matters, like, every, like, I think, like, 50. And then you only get, like, one encounter with, like, a really high, much higher shiny rate. But then other than that, it's like, you're just doing the same thing based on the search level. Like, it's pretty unlikely to get a shiny because of your chain. It's kind of like the Brilliant method in Sword and Shield. Like, if you KO 500 of a Pokemon, and then you get, like, the max shiny odds and max Brilliant odds for Brilliance, and then you don't only encounter Brilliance and just do random encounters, like, you're very unlikely to specifically get a Brilliant shiny from where you're hunting, because you just aren't going to be encountering that much. It's like the same kind of concept. So you'd be using Repel Trick for whatever hunting in Platinum. This is Pearl, and no, the Repel doesn't do anything in this route. This is literally just Starly and Bidoof. They're both, like, the same levels. In fact, what I did is I made it nighttime, because nighttime Bidoof's more common, so... This is, like, the max rate you can get Bidoof in Pearl, at least. We, like, did all the research another stream ago. Nighttime, Route 201, Verity Lakefront, and then I think there's, like, one other place is, like, you can get up to 60%. So you can't get any higher than this, so I'm just sticking here. Do you have a favorite Pokemon that you own, like individual Mon from your games? I have a couple. I do really like the Partner Cat Pikachu that I have shiny. My first ever shiny being a shiny Dragonite from Fire Red. I currently have it in my BDSP file, because it's helping me defeat Cynthia 20 times for all the champion stickers that I want for the contests. And then my shiny Authentic Sinistee. It's kind of lost its glory since they made shiny Authentic Sinistee stupid common now in Scarlet and Violet, but it's still really cool. I also like, I mean, there's a bunch. Like, I really like my shiny Infernape that I got from BDSP because it was a hard hunt and I got it really quickly. Shiny Torkoal was, like, such a process. So it was really cool getting that from Ruby. I don't know, let me see. I mean, I love my shiny Darkrai and Shaman. Those ones are really cool, too. My shiny Hitmonlee super memorable because it was super quick. I'm just trying to think of, like... Ones that just like really stood out to me. That's probably it. I can't think of anything like... Oh, I mean, there's also... I got a Nidoran female in Fire Red, which is like super rare. That one was pretty cool too. And then I just like Shiny Coughing and Wheezing, so those ones are pretty cool. But yeah. I was hunting for Nidoran female in Fire Red Leaf Green, and they're not version exclusives, but it's a lot more common on Leaf Green. And I was hunting in the Safari Zone, and I was doing a repel trick in Leaf Green to make Nidoran female 50% and Nidorina 25%, so 75% something from the Nidoran female line. And then on Fire Red, I was just hunting in a different area, no repel trick or anything. And I ended up getting the shiny Nidoran female on Fire Red, and it was 5% encounter rate. So that was a pretty memorable one, and it was in the Safari Zone. So even though it was a Nidoran female, I was still like really nervous to catch it because it was my target for like my dream team, and I ended up getting it on like the rarest way possible on the first phase. Well, technically not the first phase, because every Safari week I've done, I've been trying to get Nidoran female, and I just hadn't. But when I started specifically hunting like outside of Safari week for that Nidoran female, I ended up getting it first phase on as the 5%. Wait, that's possible? Wait, which one? Which one? You confused on the names. What did you think was not possible? Lurk mode activated. Welcome in, Jaden. Good luck on lurking. It's my favorite hunt I ever did. I mean, it was probably like Shaman or something, or like my first ever shiny hunt. Now, I mean, it's just like getting into the hunting process for my first ever shiny hunt was not like fun because I went triple odds for it. And it was my first time ever shiny hunting, and I was like really superstitious about it and just worried I was doing it wrong. But getting it was just unreal. Like, getting my favorite Pokemon as a shiny was just so crazy at the time. And Shaman was cool because it was a mythical, and it was like really easy to hunt. And then, like, I'm trying to think of like a cool hunt I've done. Like, I haven't done like crazy cool hunts besides like Darkrai and Shaman. Like, if I get this shiny Mew, this will probably be like one of my favorite shinies I have. Thought you said the female purple Nidoran, the male only Pokemon. Oh, no. Yeah. You know, I got the female in just the game that was like rarer to get it in. Like, it wasn't an exclusive. It just was a lot more rare to get it. You're probably Pinsir fastest shiny you've ever gotten so far. What game was that in? My fastest 1 in 8192 was Hitmonlee. I got it in 78. My fastest 1 in 4096 was Cloth, and I got it in 60. But I recently just got an Ekans in Fire Red after 92. I think it was 92 encounters. That was like one of my most recent shinies I've gotten. You're going for Gen 4 Manaphy one day. You gotta beat the Ranger games again. You were dumb and deleted the save you beat. Now I gotta play through Ranger again too, because I'm gonna do the backup strategy where you like back up a game so that if you like mess up and hatch an egg, you can just like restore your save file on Ranger and send another egg in instead of having to play through it again. So I haven't done that, so I've just taken off the egg from every save file, so I'll have to play through Ranger again. But yeah, I do plan to hunt Manaphy. If I were to shiny hunt Manaphy and get it, I think that would without a doubt always be my favorite shiny. Manaphy is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, and it is just like one of the hardest things to shiny hunt without the use of RNG abuse. And it would just feel so special to get that. Leaf Green, the Game Corner one, nice. Yeah, I want to do that hunt. This year I want to tackle all the Game Corner shinies in Fire Red Leaf Green. With the exception of maybe some of the Scythers. Because if for me, if I want to do like a full shiny living dex, I would need to get Scyther 5 times. I would have to get 2 for Scyther for the gender differences, 2 for Scizor for the gender differences, and then 1 for Cleavor. But I don't know if that'll happen. But the goal, I have a few shiny Abras, but I've recently made a rule where it's like I want to get every shiny live, and I also want to get them all full odds. So I have hunted Alakazam and Kadabra, male Alakazam and female Kadabra. I've hunted both of those, but they weren't full odds, so I want to rehunt them. And then also my female Alakazam I didn't get live, so I want to rehunt that. So as far as I'm concerned, I only have like Abra and Kadabra for like my own rules. So I want to hunt a few more of those. Obviously, if I don't get a female one, like, I'll just find another way to hunt him. So, like, if we get one male, I would have to just be done with that, because I'm not going to go for a female one when it's a lot less likely to be female. But then I also have a Clefable, so I need to get one more Clefairy. I gotta get Porygon. I gotta get Pinsir. I gotta get the Scythers. I don't need to get Dratini. I've done Dratini. So that would be all I want to get. But the goal is to do, like, Scyther and Pinsir at the same time, because they're version exclusives. But Pinsir you can buy 2 of. Scyther you can only buy 1. So Pinsir is most likely to happen first. But the plan after that is if I get Pinsir, I will switch the Leaf Greens to do, like, Porygon. And then just go for some, like, Porygons and stuff while I do Scyther. That's my goal for, like, the game corner. What's up, Shiny Celebi? Welcome in. You got a Shiny Abra for your first Shiny and Leaf Green too, yeah. Abra was my second ever successful Shiny hunt. Because I tried to Shiny hunt Groudon and Ruby, but then I didn't know that having a dead battery affected RNG in Ruby Sapphire. So once I discovered that, I had to quit out on the Groudon hunt. But then I did Abra. And that was the one I got female. That was before I recorded the actual hunting process. So, like, my first few shinies on my channel, I didn't get live. I just have me saying, I got this shiny, essentially. That's kind of just how it was old school then. Oh, wow, what was that? I, like, turned left first. Yeah, I want to start getting some shinies, man. I go on Twitter, and sometimes I just get waves of just people getting so many different shinies and stuff, and I'm just like, man, I want to get some shinies. Gotta get this Mew, gotta get this Bidoof, I gotta get my final phase for the Motostoke Gym. Which, that one I'm just pretty far over odds on, so that one just kind of sucks. Mew and Bidoof, I'm just not getting lucky with them. But I mean, combined, I'm like 10,000 plus in, 11,000 plus in on these, so hopefully something shows up soon. What's up, Keith? You're currently hunting Ghastly and Fire Red and Bulbasaur and Leaf Green. Nice, good luck. I want to go for, like, Lost Cave. You can, Ghastly and Haunter are pretty common. And I want to try to get Ghastly, like, Phase 1, and then do a 100% Repel trick for Haunter Phase 2, because I have a Gengar. Ghastly was one of my early shiny hunts. When I started, like, shiny hunting, I did badge quests on, like, 2 Fire Reds and a Leaf Green. And I eventually used a second Leaf Green to just add to the badge quest. Whoever was, like, behind last, if I get a shiny, it would just trade it to whoever was last in the badge quest. And those were, like, some of my early hunts. It's where I got, like, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise for my living decks. Hypno. The whole Pidgey line. Shiny hunting an Emerald scares you. Imagine doing an over odd only find out you've been doing it wrong. Well, I know what I'm doing, so I know I'm not doing it wrong. but you can't help but be a little superstitious about it. The only way you're doing it wrong is if you're just doing straight up resets. Like, that is the only way you're doing it wrong in Emerald. If you want to do a reset hunt, first of all, I wouldn't recommend it. Second of all, figure out how to do the battle video method and learn from that. And just know what you're doing, and it can be done. Other than that, like, you should be fine as long as you're not only doing, like, 10-minute hunting sessions every time. Like, I always say at least 30-minute hunting sessions. You should be totally fine. You should be hitting different frames every time. Very hard to hit the same frame consistently. Someone on Twitter, 45 faces on Krabby. They want Corsola. Yeah, that's Shiny Danny. Yeah, their Corsola, I think, is like 40% too, or 30%. So it's like one of those hunts where, like, yeah, you'll phase, but like, you would phase a max of like 5 times, or like 6 times if you were unlucky. And they're like on phase like 40, which is just unreal. I keep seeing posts by them, and I keep thinking it's like the same post from earlier, but it's like not. They just keep finding shiny Krabbies. And then there was someone that was like trying to figure out if there was like, they like used RNG abuse to try to figure out if there was something about the RNG that was causing them to only find Krabbies, and they're like, nope, you're just getting really unlucky. Like, someone literally used RNG abuse to see if, like... Or it wasn't even RNG abuse. It might have just been, like, a way to, like, force shinies. Just to see if, like... Maybe something's up with this area. Or, like, maybe something's going on. But there was, like, no. They got a shiny Corsola, like, almost immediately. They're just getting, like, unfathomably unlucky. Like, unlucky for a hunt like that would be, like, 10 phases. And they're, like, more than 4 times that. Crazy. It's, like, actually unreal. I couldn't imagine. I would just quit. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm gonna find Corsola a different way. Like, is there any game where Corsola can be, like, an 80% encounter rate? Or 100%, like... There's a couple 100% hunts I want to do. I want to get Paris and Diglett finished. That's what I'm going to do after Psyduck, I think. So after this Mew hunt, after I'm done with Mew in the Motostoke Gym, I'm going to be doing Psyduck in Fire Red Leaf Green. And then after that, I'm just going to do a couple non-bingo card hunts and just go for... Diglett and Paris, because they're really easy 100% encounter hunts. Where I'm just guaranteed to get my target, and both of them would complete those lines. Outside of Alolan Diglett. I don't have Alolan Diglett yet, but it's fine. I actually got a shiny Paris in Legends the other day. It was unfortunately research level 10, though, so I'm not going to count it for my living dex. But it was the second random shiny I found doing my alpha challenge, so... Every other shiny I found has been from outbreaks. We've had 2 research level 10 shinies show up. Wurmple and Paris. So, I mean, it'd be crazy if I got a full odds in that save file. I have, like, almost everything is research level 10. And, like, the stuff that isn't is stuff you just don't really encounter that much. What's my favorite shiny color? I'm a sucker for blue shinies, but it has to be done well. Blue and, like, teal and stuff. Like, I love the shiny Ralts line. I love the shiny Trico line. I love the shiny Coughing line. Outside of Galarian Weezing. Not the biggest fan of Galarian Weezing shiny. It's very disappointing to me. Like, Rowlet's shiny line's incredible. But I also really like shiny Slowbro, Kanto Slowbro. That one's one of my favorites. That one's more like an indigo and, like, bronze color. And And then I like Galarian, not Galarian Obstagoon, but Obstagoon shiny. I like that color scheme of like the light blue and red and white. I used to snowboard, and that was like that color scheme was like I based my whole snowboarding get up around that. Not off of Obstagoon. This was way before Obstagoon existed. You love white shinies? There's not a ton of white shinies. There's like Eevee, Milcery. There's a couple more I just can't think of right now. Am I doing Safari Week this year? Yeah, I do Safari Week like every year. There's so many things I need from the Safari Zone still. I need a Conquer Execute, man. I have failed like 3 shiny Executes. I just need 1 for the full line. Finish that. Because I have the Alolan Executor. My first ever Safari Zone shiny was an Execute, and I caught it. And I evolved it to a Kanto Executor, so I just need 1 for Execute, and I'm finished with that. And then I still need more Doduos, I still need more Nidoran females. Like, I still need a lot of the common things. Still need another Venonat. And then I plan to do a Safari Zone hunt before Safari Week, and that's Psyduck. Assuming I don't get it in Seafoam Islands. I'm going to do 1 more phase in Seafoam Islands. Because I still need Slowpoke, too. And just hope Fire Red comes in clutch and gives me a Psyduck. And then I'll someday have to figure out where to hunt Slowpoke. You switch the stream to your phone because your internet decided to randomly disappear. I can relate heavily to that. I'll be like trying to load up something on my phone. I'll be like, my internet won't disappear. It'll just like stop working. I'll be like, let me just turn off Wi-Fi and then everything will load fine. I'll be like, I guess my Wi-Fi is being terrible today. Groudon shiny should have been Heavenly White.
This does
I
put
think
a smile
Groudon
on my
shiny is great.
face.
Felipe, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. I still need to turn off that notification because I'm pretty sure Felipe is not watching the stream. But if you are, let me know. Because that happens just when anyone subscribes. Like, if they just watch a video, it's not when this... I gotta figure that out, because I don't really want that. If you don't mind me asking, what is the best way to know when you... Wait. Hold on, the little heart thing's in the way. When is the best way to know when it will be this year? Absolblogs Pokemon. Follow Absolblogs on YouTube, Twitter. It's always in June. I think if not in June, it's like late May or early July. Like, it's always like around June. And we don't know an actual date until it's close to the time. And then Absol will usually do like a poll or something, or just announce when the actual date is. So. Also, like, by all means, like, once you start seeing people shiny hunting for Safari Week, that's a good gauge is when it started. And you can just start going from there. Yeah, I like Groudon shiny. I think Groudon shiny is really cool. I've never had an issue with it. It's not like urine colored. It's more like pea soup colored. It's like got like a greenish hint to it. It's interesting. It's more golden in the older games though. I gotta get a shiny soon, man. I did 750 encounters or resets for my Litwick hunt in the Motorstoke gym last night, and I was pretty bummed I didn't get a shiny one. I was pretty bummed. I was like, man, I haven't had a crazy long 1 in 40 96 hunt, and I'm just worried that this is gonna be it. Like, I'm gonna go like 16k plus. My longest 1 in 4096 hunt that I could actually count, because it's like, you know, traditional encounters and not overworld, was Bulbasaur in Ultra Moon. Took over 10,000. I think it was like 10,500 or 700 or something like that. I recently just posted about it. There was a little trend going around on Twitter where everyone was like quote tweeting this post about like your longest and like shortest full odds hunts. Yeah, Bulbasaur 10,000. Oh, 10,904. So that would roughly translate to like 21,808, I guess, if it was 1 in 8192. Which is a decent amount. But like, I mean, I see so many people go like 16k for a 1 in 4096. And I just feel like I'm just worried that like this Litwick is gonna be it. I could go back to random encounter, like runaways, but I just don't want to phase. I'd rather just finish the hunt. I also really hope this Mew goes less than 10,000. I've had some pretty not great full odds luck recently, outside of the last 2 phases for my Motostoke gym. But in terms of 1 in 8192, I haven't had like the greatest luck. Lots of really far over odds. Really hoping we can break that. What are the easiest ones to hunt in Fire Leaf Green? Currently have Charmander, Squirtle, Magikarp, Abra. Some of the easiest shinies to hunt in Fire Leaf Green? I mean, if you use White Flute Illuminate, like anything that's in grass that isn't like Dunsparce, essentially, is pretty easy. Like, I mean, when I think of, like, easy Fire Leaf Green hunts, like, the first thing that comes to mind is Abra, you know? Like, there's no, like, crazy you see 500 at once kind of hunts besides Abra. Oh, I mean, but if we're talking, like, if you don't want to phase or anything, Diglett and Paris are good ones. Like, I'm hunting both of those soon. Just because they're easy, like, 100% encounters. Paris, if you go to the first floor down in Mount Moon, it's 100%. It's like the L-shaped room, or like reverse L-shaped room. 100% Paris there, which is pretty cool. And then Diglett in Diglett's Tunnel is 95% Diglett, 5% Dugtrio. But you just have to make sure you have a Pokemon holding a Smoke Ball, because Diglett is very likely to have Arena Trap, and it'll be annoying to run from them if you don't have Smoke Balls. Or, like, Runaway, I guess. I guess Runaway works, too, right? Hypno? Hypno's not, like, an easy hunt. It's a reset hunt. Like, I wouldn't classify a reset hunt as, like, an easy hunt to do. Because it's like, yeah, you're guaranteed to get Hypno via resets, but there's a little bit of a cutscene. And, like, I mean, reset hunts can be tedious. They're chill, but they're tedious. It took me, like, 19,000 for my Hypno, and I was, like, ready to claw my eyes out going for that one. Like, when you go, like, way over odds for a reset hunt, it feels brutal. When you go way over odds for, like, a random encounter hunt, it's not as bad. Mew. How do you SOS hunt efficiently? It depends on what you're going for. But essentially, you just bring the Pokemon down to, like, 1 HP with, like, a False Swiper, and then you use an Adrenaline Orb.
Smile on my face.
Dominique, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Thanks for Hypno. Oh, you're at 16K for Hypno. I'm mixing up everyone's messages for some reason. Yeah, 16K. I went like 19K. And the thing about, I think the reason why I wanted to claw my eyes out going for Hypno is because it was just after going like 20K for Clefairy. I did the Game Corner Clefairy and I went like 20K and I'm like, all right, time to do Hypno. And I like then went 20K or 19K and I was like, I just want to get a shiny and have it not take like 3 weeks to get, you know? 3 weeks plus to get. But yeah, you have to mash through all the dialogue with Lost L. So I wouldn't consider that like an easy hunt. Like in terms of like easy reset hunts. Just so you know, if you want any tips on reset hunting in Fire Red, hit B instead of A when you do the recap, because B skips the recap. A lot of people don't know that. But if we're doing reset hunts, a really cool one is the Lapras of the Silphco. It's not fast, but it's a cool one. Same with like the fossils. Reset hunts are just not fat. Like Eevee's fat. Like Eevee's probably one of the more basic ones because you just like pick it off a desk. There's no like dialogue or anything. But yeah, if we're looking for reset hunts, like there's some cool ones. But in terms of like efficiency, you can't really do much better than Abra at the Game Corner and then like random grass encounters with Illuminate and White Flute. I mean like Safari Zone. Safari Zone in Fire Red Leaf Green with Illuminate and White Flute is unreal. And a lot of you thinking like, oh, but you can fail shinies. It honestly doesn't matter with how fast you get the encounters. It really doesn't. It does, but it like... It's crazy. That's how I got 4 full odds in one day because of the Safari Zone. Fire Life Game is really cool in your opinion because of a lot of gift Pokemon. Yeah, there's a lot of reset hunts I want to do. I keep like... See, the thing is, I keep wanting to do reset hunts. I'll do one of them, go over double odds, and then not want to do one again. And then I'll like put the rest on hold. So like, I don't do that many reset hunts. That's just because I get unlucky with them. Like I was, for like Fossil Week, there was a Fossil Week event a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go for Ammonite, Kabuto, maybe an Aerodactyl. We'll see if we can get 2 to 3 shinies. And I went like 16,000. Like I got it like after Fossil Week ended or something, and I was just like, I'm not going for another one right now. I'm just gonna back out of there because I did the weird little turn thing. How do you set up the Lepaberry for SOS hunts? So if you want them to never like faint themselves by struggling, you have to get like a Kadabra that knows what's the move? It's like what's the move that Kadabra knows? That like swaps held items. Someone will know it. It's not Switcheroo, is it? Or is it? I don't know. But Kadabra gets a move that allows you to swap held items. And then... No, wait. Am I mistaking this? Skill swap. Oh, no. It's not held items, it's abilities. That's abilities, right? And trick. I'm already getting confused. Trevenant with skill swap and switcheroo. That's an option too. That's also good. That's probably the best option. The issue is I think it's pretty hard to get a hidden ability Trevenant. So wait, I forget how it works. You like start with Dude, I forgot how it works with the Executor. I remember doing it for Executor. You'd have to look it up. I'm like, having like a huge brain fart right now on how that works. But I guess if you can get your hands on a hidden ability Trevenant with the ability Harvest, you essentially just give the Trevenant a Lepa Berry, and the ability Harvest makes it so that when it eats a berry, it'll like regenerate the berry. And if you get the Switcheroo and Skill Swap Trevenant, Switcheroo makes it give the held item to the SOS Pokemon, and then Skill Swap will give it Harvest, so that every time it gets low on PP, it'll just eat a Lepa Berry again, and then regenerate it with Harvest. It's like the gist, but I would look at like an actual tutorial, because I definitely didn't do the explanation justice, and I'm also like having a brain fart with the whole Cadaver Executor thing that I did. SG, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Can you just use Leftovers? No, because Struggle does a quarter HP, and Leftovers only heal like a 16th of HP, so it won't do anything if you use Leftovers. You can only use Leftovers in Gen 3. Gen 3, Struggle is like a basic recoil move, where it'll like do a percentage based on how much damage you do. So if you have like a really tanky Pokemon, you can just have them struggle forever if they are holding Leftovers. But starting in Gen 4 and onward, Struggle always does a quarter of its health, so your Leftovers will not help you there. JVR, you can't do exclamation commands in YouTube. You gotta be on Twitch for that. If there's a way to do it on YouTube, let me know, and I could set that up at some point, but I guess you probably can just use Nightbot on, like, YouTube, right? I'm not gonna set that up now. I'll set that up later. I'm, like, pretty new to streaming on YouTube, so what you're doing is False Swipe with Decidueye, Skill Swap and Switcheroo with Trevenant, and then you're chaining the Intimidate Gyarados with Substitute. Does Substitute get rid of, like, stop Intimidate? That's kind of nice. Yeah, so, like, there's gonna be variation between, like, Pokemon based on what moves and abilities they get, and, like, their call rates and whatnot, but, yeah. I mean, the gist of it is essentially figure out a way to give them Harvest, a Lepa Berry, and then bring them to, like, 1 HP. And don't give them status, because if you give them status, they, like, don't call in Pokemon anymore. So you can't be, like, putting them to sleep or anything. Yeah, I'll have to set up Nightbot for YouTube. I'm pretty new to, like, streaming on YouTube. But I still gotta figure out if there's even a way I can get rid of the subscription notification on YouTube, because 99% of the time, if someone subscribes on YouTube, it's not because they're watching the stream, so it's kind of pointless to have it on there. But I want to have all the other ones, so I don't know if there's a way you can, like, pick and choose. I'll have to do research on that. The Nightbot shouldn't be hard to set up. I just don't want to do it right now. I'll just do it off stream. It's already weird enough that I'm, like, simulcasting with a new way, and it's, like, a little confusing. It's more confusing on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Twitch kind of has just, like, streaming down. The only thing, ultimately, I don't like about Twitch is that, like, you can't scrub through the live stream. You have to, like, wait till the VOD or, like, access the VOD somehow. But on YouTube, you can just, like, scrub wherever you want on the stream. Oh, also, YouTube's ads are a lot less annoying than Twitch's, I will say. YouTube, you'll get an ad, but a lot of times they're skippable ads. Like, Twitch, it's like, you'll get an ad break, and it'll be, like, 5 ads that are, like, 30-second unskippable ads each time. It's so obnoxious. Intimidate, increase 20% calling Pokemon, and Substitute prevents lowering stat moves and status moves. Intimidate increases the calling percent? I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Man, there's so much depth to like older Pokemon games. I really hope that if we get some sort of remake or whatever for like the next Pokemon game, it's a traditional style game, but there's like a lot of depth to it in terms of like the mechanics and stuff. I feel like the last few Pokemon games have been really lacking the depth of like mechanics and stuff. Like BDSP was dumbed down in the sense of like it was only the Gen 4 stuff with like a few other things, but even like Shiny Charm didn't work and whatnot. Legends Arceus, there weren't even like held items or like abilities and stuff, so that was like dumbed down. And then Scarlet and Violet, just all the mechanics besides like items and stuff were dumbed down. The ads on Twitch is why you avoid Twitch. Yeah, I get it. As I prefer Twitch as a streaming platform for sure, but in terms of viewing experience, I will say like for really big streamers, like people that have like, you know, like 1 million followers or whatever, like the really big streamers, it is a chore to watch them on Twitch if you are not a subscriber. It is a chore because you will literally get like extremely long unskippable ad breaks every like 5 minutes or so. To the point where it's like, why am I even watching this if most of it feels like most of it is ads? But then on YouTube, if you do get like ad breaks in the middle of the stream, they're at least skippable, and then even if you miss something important, you can still scroll back, like scrub back, and just like see what you missed. So if there's like someone that's like big and I'm like subscribed to them on YouTube and then like also following them on Twitch, if they're like simulcasting, I will 100% of the time watch them on YouTube. When it comes to like smaller streamers, it's not as big of an issue because they don't have like those contracts or whatever that like force them to run ads every like 5 minutes or something, and it's usually just like random. So like you'll get an ad break, but it'll be like one ad break every like 30 minutes or something. Or like 15 minutes. Like it won't be as bad. Oh yeah, you can pause on YouTube. You can pause on Twitch, it just will resume live only. Like if I hope they add a way to like make it so that you can like scrub through the stream and stuff. It's kind of like an extension to that. Like you can pause Twitch streams. It just will, once you start playing them again, it'll start you on live. When YouTube, it's like an option. Good night, Thor. Thank you for hanging out. All right, I'm gonna get this one encounter. I'm gonna take a quick break. So let's see if we get a shiny. We did not get a shiny. Thank you for the shiny luck, Thor. It used to. They took it away. Really? That's like before I started watching Twitch, because I've never had that feature on Twitch. It's when I started watching. That's crazy. What's up, Marlo? Welcome in. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I have returned. JG, welcome in. Used to hop on Twitch streams, rewind to the start and play 2 times speed until you caught up. That'd be nice. You can do that on YouTube, right? You can do 2 times? I know you can do 2 times on videos. Or 1.5 times or something. On the stationary bike, only 10 more minutes unless he gets a shiny before then. Good luck. Where did I get that Dragonite? Oh, the one behind me? That was a Target. It's a Target one. I want to say it's a Target exclusive, but I don't think it is because I saw one at GameStop like a little bit after. But it's not like I had to go to a different Target because the Target at in my town didn't have it. But yeah. And then I got the Dratini that's on its shoulder at GameStop. And then the Dratini that's on the head was an old school one that I got for Christmas, but it was on eBay. I gotta feed my buddy in Pokemon Go. Good luck with the shiny Mew. You're doing soft resets for Mewtwo and Let's Go with Charm. Did you ever continue the Mew hunt after I told you can't reset for it? Did you ever because I told you, about the bike method? And I said it's easier to show than explain. Do you want me to do a demonstration? You wanted to hunt Mew. Good luck on your Mewtwo, though. You didn't go back to Mew. When is Gen 6 Pokeball video coming out? At least a while. Don't ask me when those videos are coming out, because I cannot give you an answer. I haven't technically started it yet. But I don't think it's going to take me too long to do. It scared you in a Warzone game? I don't play Warzone. Unless I missed something. Or did I scared you? You're playing Warzone and I said something that scared you? Is that what happened? You've seen you do it, you got sad and took a break from it, I get it. At least you only did 3,000 and not 18,000, you know? You got a giant Pichu plus from Target? They had the Pichu at GameStop for me. And then they also had this Bidoof was at GameStop. And then they had a giant Psyduck at Target, and I almost bought it. The Psyduck was nuts. Okay, I gotta do the battle on this this way because I neglected my buddy, and I'm pretty sure if I battle my other account, I will get it excited. Hopefully, though. Let's see if this works. I also realized I didn't stop recording. I'm gonna stop recording. We're gonna put that there. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't know what to do with this. Okay. Let's do it. There's always a bright side. 957 on Mewtwo right now, and you're actually doing it right this time. Well, Mewtwo you can just do resets for. Yeah, no, I already battled the leaders. I neglected my buddy too much, so that battling a leader didn't help. Now I have to battle a different trainer to get an extra emotion point. I know my ways around the buddy interactions. You don't know who you're talking to, man. I have over 400 best buddies in Pokemon Go. There's a giant Slowpoke at your Target. You want it so badly. There's also a giant Rowlet pillow at Target. That would be really cool to get. I also saw, and I actually might buy this because I think it's only like 15, 20 bucks. Like, it's pretty inexpensive. There was a Quagsire plush that was kind of like this Bidoof, but bigger. I think this Bidoof was 15. It was like this Bidoof. It was honestly more like the size of the Dragonite, just not as dense, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, tallness-wise, even battling my my other account did not give it enough motivation, which is unfortunate. So I guess in a half hour I gotta interact with this thing again. I hate when I do that. But yeah, there was a Quagsire plush at Meyer, and I kind of want that. I have a photo of the Quagsire. I took a picture of it, but I didn't pick it up. So I'll have to pick it up at some point. This was the Quagsire. They also had the Bidoofs in the background. But I already have Bidoof, and I got Bidoof at GameStop. Oh, the Quagsire was crazy. Alright, back to hunting. Yeah, 400 best buddies. I can show it off. So let's see. So the medal, where's the medal at? The medal is at 410. So we're at 410 best buddies. Buddy 5 is kind of annoying to search up. So I have a tag that's just BB. Here we go. Is this by CP? This is by recent. So CP is the CP. Mostly Dragonites at the top. But yeah. We go pretty hard. I used to do a bunch of like costume shinies. Now I'm kind of focusing on just like unique perfect IVs. But every now and then I'll do a costume shiny. There's just so many I'm like behind on. Like I got this guy. But yeah. Pretty cool. That's just something I do a lot of times when I shiny hunt. I'll do like buddy interactions. What's up, Link? Your 2500 resets into Palkia, but you got shiny Shinx in one encounter. Where was the Shinx at? Was that like on your way to Palkia or something? That's crazy. Congrats on the Shinx. Thought it was cool with 44 best buddies. Yeah. I have a lot of best buddies. I've slowed down significantly. I used to like actually do the 20 buddy interactions like every day. Now it's really only when I'm like full odds hunting off stream. If it's like a hunt that is realistic to also like multitask with. We got no shiny Gumi in 2 Pokeradar encounters. Oh, I forgot Pokeradar was an X and Y. I was like really confused for a second. I was like, What are the SOS shiny odds without shiny charm? I'm gonna look it up really quick. SOS shiny odds. You can usually just look it up, and Cerebi has like the info, because Cerebi gets their info from Anubis, who actually validates the info. So, let's see. There should be like a chart somewhere. Oh, maybe it's under shiny. No, this is just how to SOS. Shiny
this
odds.
Does put a smile on my face.
The White Blader, I'm sure you're not watching the stream, but if you are, let me know. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Shiny odds. Cerebi. Catch combo, shiny charm, Pokeradar Masuda, consecutive fishing, standard methods. Tuning, Gibble, Hexeril. Where were the odds at? I thought there was like a list of shiny odds. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? This is catch combo. Like, that's not... Shiny odds. Odds. SOS. Did I just like not see it in this? Because usually when you look up like the method, it'll show you the like a chart of the odds. I wonder if this just isn't fully updated yet. I don't know. I have it somewhere on a YouTube channel. You could probably find it there. I'm not gonna keep looking for it. You hunting your brother's Nintendo? Oh, so you were just hunting? You're hunting Palkia, and then you got like what, a random Shinx on your Switch or something? You literally just played through all your Japanese Ultra Moon to hunt the version-specific Ultra Beast and realized you already had your English copy done as well, so you're double hunting now? Good luck. $31 is 13 rolls. Yeah, but like, what are the odds of that? Is that 13 total rolls or additional rolls? That also is a difference. Forgot the odds of 13 rolls, but that's what barbecue. So is that 13? If it's 13 additional rolls, that would mean 14. But if it's 13 total rolls, that would be a 1 in 315 chance. If it is 13 additional rolls, it would be a 1 in 292 chance. So I guess it wouldn't be that much different. But 1 in 300 something. I guess go with that. For a 31 chain, I'd recommend hunting an Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as opposed to Sun and Moon, because in Sun and Moon there's a bug where if you get over a chain of like 72, your odds will reset, and then you'll have to like start from scratch again. And they fixed it in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So if you just keep going, you'll continuously have the max odds if you have that 31 chain or higher. How's the shiny hunt going? I mean, it's going. We haven't found anything yet. Hoping soon. Okay, total rolls. So 1 in 315, roughly. But yeah, when you say how many rolls it is, it's just 4096 divided by the total number of rolls. But when they say, like, additional rolls, then it's whatever additional rolls plus 1. Because obviously you always have 1 roll for a shiny for everything. Because if you didn't, you just would have no chance at a shiny. Been jumping in and out for some days now just to check. Sorry for not typing in chat. You don't have to worry about not typing in chat. But yeah, a roll is a chance at a shiny. So when you have like 5 rolls for a shiny, that just means that one Pokemon has 5 chances at a shiny out of the 1 in 4096 chance. So it'd be 4096 divided by 5. Like, if anyone wants to know how that works, it's pretty basic. One to 10, you don't get a shiny bonus in SOS. 11 plus, you get 5, and then it goes. Dude, why do they have to have this freaking heart in the middle of chat? That's the one thing I don't like with YouTube chat. Goes up until 31. But isn't it? What do you mean by it goes up? Like, it wouldn't be like 1 at a time. I know it like ends at 31, but like what isn't it just because it's like catch comboing where it's like 11 plus has higher shiny chances and then 21 plus has higher chances than 11 plus and then 31 plus is max chance. So like you're not gonna have like a higher shiny rate at like a 13 chain compared to an already like 11 chain, you know? It's only once you hit 21 will it go even higher. And it wouldn't be at 30, it'd be at 31. Like 30 would still be the same odds as whatever is 21. 31 is when it goes up. These are important numbers because we don't want someone to get to a 30 chain and then, like, mess up or something. Be like, oh, well, the odds won't get any higher. I'm going to reset. It's more important for, like, full odds hunting. If you want to full odds hunt something that's more common in SOS, you just, like, do 10 encounters and then leave the encounter or reset or whatever. Your brothers intend to get Shiny Shinx, Shiny Bidoof, and 320 encounters, Shiny Wurmple, and under odds. It's trending Pokia on your Nintendo, and it does random encounters in your brothers. So you're just, like, borrowing your brothers to, like, do, like, multiple hunting? That makes sense. One in 820. Yeah, that'd be 5. Oh, it's 21. 1 in 455, okay. It just goes to show how, like, when your odds are so high, like, more increases doesn't, like, raise the odds by that much. It's like with the outbreaks in Legends Arceus. Like, the base rate for outbreaks in Legends Arceus is, like, 1 in 151. And then, like, or 150 or something like that. Is it 153? Something like that. And then when you have, like, Shiny Charm plus, like, Research Perfection, like, every other additional Shiny bonus you could have, it makes it 1 in 128. So it's like, yeah, it's a little higher, but, like, you're gonna be finding shinies around the same time no matter what. Good luck in the hunt. Thank you. And then if you're in Sun and Moon, a 72 plus chain is full odds again. Let's see if Shiny Charm. That's 11365, and you start over. It is so crazy to me that, like, instead of just patching out a bug like that, they just wait till, like, the next game to fix it. It's so stupid. Like, there was a bug for SOS comboing, or chaining, or whatever, in Sun and Moon. Instead of just patching it out, those games are just forever bugged for SOS chain, and there's, like, no reason to SOS chain in those games when Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon exists. Because they just fix the bug in a different game. Like, it's so lame. You're in Ultra Moon? That's good. But, like, I mean, like, my point still stands. Like, if you don't have a copy of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, it just, like, sucks. Like, you're just at a disadvantage for a method hunt. Just because they were too lazy to patch out a bug. Or, like, BDSP. Like, Spinda not working in BDSP. Instead of just simply patching that out, they're just like, nope, this game will forever be plagued with this awful issue. Or, like, the Shiny Charm not working. Like, instead of easily patching out the fact that the Shiny Charm doesn't work, nope, these games are forever just not gonna work properly. Just so stupid. Like, everyone wants, like, Pokemon game quality to be better. At the very least, for me, I want to see them actually patch out bugs. Because the only time they really patch out bugs in Pokemon games is when it's, like, game-breaking or something that alters the way competitive works. Like, they're really quick on fixing bugs for competitive, but, like, just everything else is just, like, they never do it. Like, I was shocked that they fixed the Outbreak bug in Scarlet and Violet, but I'm pretty sure the only reason they did that was so that they could do Outbreak events. Like, I'm willing to bet that if they had done the Outbreak events and that bug was, like, still a thing, the Outbreak events probably just wouldn't work. So they, like, were forced to, in order to get, like, an event to work. It's just so dumb. Like, it should just be something that should be expected for them to fix. Like, the shiny sparkles being weird in Sword and Shield. Like, I can't imagine it was intentional that, like, there's, like, 50 different ways to encounter shinies, and they all have, like, different odds for the shiny sparkles. Like, it would have just made more sense. Every way you encounter a shiny had a 1 in 16 chance at square sparkles. You cannot tell me that's intentional, because it just makes no sense if it is. But they just never fixed it, even though people figured out it was messed up day one of the game being out. So when you got Bagon through SOS Sun, 100 encounters in Sun. Well, it'd still be like a 21 chain, because at 72 it resets, but then if you got an additional 30 or like 28 encounters, then It's not like it's still a lot higher odds. You're hunting on your Switch by your brother's Switch and your 3DS. Nice. You haven't played that one yet because you skipped it, but you're pretty excited to play it. Like Sun and Moon? Playing all the games in order again because you either missed a lot or haven't played them since you were a kid. Yeah. It's not that confusing, Poiple. It's just like... Because it's just like, once you hit 72, you just have to pretend your chain's at 0. You know? After works, when you get home, you're going to try to get 1,500 total on your Lugia, which is 800 more resets. Good luck. Oh, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Yeah, I like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. They're some of my favorite Pokemon games. I want to do like a DTQ trial quest type thing where I just hunt a bunch of targets as like a trial quest. So like phasing doesn't count. It's going to be like a Dream Team quest, badge quest hybrid thing. Just because there's so many really cool hunts in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But yeah, in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you don't have to worry about your chain resetting in SOS unless you end the battle. Gotta track down Black 2 also because you skipped that one too. Good luck, Black 2 is very expensive. Black 2, White 2 are the most expensive Pokemon games, I think, outside of like XD at this point, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't checked in a while. Is it 255? Am I dumb? Is it actually 255? You could be right on that. That kind of sounds right. Let me look it up. Chaining, Cerebi. I think Cerebi says it. 70 plus. Wait. I think we're all like really confused on everything here because Cerebi is saying that shiny. That's I think okay. So we're yes. A chain will okay. Forget everything we have said up until this point about SOS chaining. The max chain is 70 plus. Not 31 plus. And then the chain resets at 255. So Poiple, you were at max odds for your Bagon. 1 in 683 with Shiny Charm, 1 in 1024 without Shiny Charm for 70 plus chain. It also said it right here, and I somehow missed that. Oh wait, no, I think we were confusing SOS with Let's Go Catch Combo because from here it's looking like the shiny chance doesn't even increase. Let's see. Defeat a Pokemon 5 plus. 1 IV of 31 guaranteed. Defeat a Pokemon 10 plus. 5% chance of hidden ability. Defeat a Pokemon 10 plus. 2 IVs 31 of 31 guaranteed. 20 plus. 10% chance of hidden ability. 20 plus. 3 IVs guaranteed 31. 30 plus. 30% chance of hidden ability. 30 plus. 4 IVs of 31 guaranteed. 70 plus, shiny Pokemon chance increased by 3, giving a 1 in 1024 chance without Shiny Charm and a 1 in 683 chance with Shiny Charm. This isn't updated, is it? This seems like the old way we were thinking about it. I wonder if this is like an old page or something. Search Anubis. this. But you can't search from their profile. That's annoying. On the... Oh, let's do it on my phone then. Man, when Twitter, it's easier to like look up stuff on the mobile version than the desktop version. SOS. Apparently they didn't have anything on that. Well, I have the correct info on my shiny hunting guide video. I'm not watching that now to figure this out. But something ain't right here. Something seems off. You with your childhood white, yeah. Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver is really expensive if you buy with box and Pokewalker. Well, yeah, but like any Pokemon game's gonna be like that. That's like pre-Gen 6. The other games you're missing are Emerald, Coliseum, XD, Pearl, and White 2. I'm missing Coliseum. Switch soft resets take so long. They're actually pretty fast where I'm hunting. I'm doing resets in the Motostoke gym in Sword and Shield, and the resets are actually pretty fast because you're in a gym. It doesn't have as much to load, so like there's not even like a loading like icon. It just goes straight into it as soon as like you start as soon as you hit A off of the title screen. There's no way you weren't at high odds. Yeah, yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff mixed up. Bulbapedia says otherwise. What does Bulbapedia say? Because maybe Cerebee's not updated. Because those seem like old. That seems like the old news. Because I'm pretty sure SOS was higher shiny rate than that. Want to beat Pokemon Shining Pearl with only shiny Pokemon that you have? Shiny Spiritomb, shiny Geodude, shiny Shieldon, shiny Chimchar. After you get shiny Pokemon, you beat the game. You want shiny Unknown. Nice. You can get shiny Unknown pre-beating the game, though. You don't have to wait till you beat the game. Oh, white. Your childhood white, too, yeah. I bought Black 2 before it went up in price. My Black 2 was only like $35. I have the price tag on the box. It's pretty funny. You didn't like Black and White when you were a kid, but you think you're just too young to appreciate them? Yeah, probably. When I was playing through Black and White, I enjoyed... This is going to sound weird. I enjoyed how easy they were. There's not much backtracking. I hate backtracking in video games. And Pokemon's kind of known for that. Where, like, you have to go back to, like, stop the evil team or whatever, as opposed to just keep going forward. Black and White was really nice because there's only one instance of backtracking, and it's hardly backtracking. There is one instance where you have to go to the Relic Castle. Other than that, it's just, like, you keep going forward, and each town has a new gym. So you just, like, get your 8 gyms in, like, super fast. You would emulate, but you want to move your Pokemon up when you're done. If you use an R4, you still can as long as you trade off the Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. That's a way to work around it. But I like the authentic copies. I like having them. Even if some of the games I don't play that often, it's nice. It's as like a collector, it's nice to have those games. Super Paper Mario couldn't appreciate because you didn't understand the story. Definitely peak Mario game for me. I've never played the Paper Mario games. So I can't say if I would have enjoyed it or not. You're able to pick up authentic copies from Craigslist. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways. I usually just do eBay. If you scroll down far enough, you can usually find pretty decent deals. But yeah, you have to be patient. Doing Regidrago and Shield and Pheromosa on 3DS. Nice, good luck. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, after 2 Pokemon have been called into battle, the counter rolls over and these rates go back to their default values, but will continue to rise as usual after more Pokemon called in. In Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, this restriction does not exist. Yeah, that's the bug. We knew about that. We're talking about the shiny rates, though. That's them saying the chain resets at 0, but it doesn't stay reset. It's just as if you're at a 0 chain once you hit 255. So like you can still keep raising your odds, but you're at a severe disadvantage compared to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where you can just keep going in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and your odds never get lower again. When, like, every 255, you're essentially just starting from scratch again. We've only played Wii to Wii U games. Definitely worth an eyebrow. Never heard that saying before. There's some like old GameCube games I want to rebuy. We got rid of our GameCube, but we still have a Wii, so like I can still play GameCube games. And then we kept our N64, which was awesome. And I still have that. I have it actually hooked up downstairs. If I want to like play something on it. I want to get more N64 games. In terms of Wii games, are there any like really good Wii games? I feel like we don't have really any Wii games. We have like Brawl, Wii Sports Resort, like I genuinely don't know what Wii games I still have. Like I don't think we have Wii Fit anymore. I know we got rid of the balance board. My brother bought a Wii U, and he only bought it for Smash 4. And he has since sold his Wii U, but still has Smash 4. And I was like, you're an idiot. My brother is really weird. It doesn't matter how dumb or smart something is, all he sees are dollar signs. So, like, he sees that he can make money off of a Wii U. He doesn't give a crap if he's going to regret it in the future. Or if he sold it too early or whatever. Wario Land Shake It? Never had that game. I'm trying to think of games that I had. What did we have for, like, freaking the Wii? What did I use? Oh, Mario Kart. I still have Mario Kart, though, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we kept Mario Kart Wii. That's, like, the best Mario Kart game. Is Mario Kart Wii. I'm just trying to think of like what games I played on the Wii that was like that we played like a lot of. Besides like Brawl, Mario Kart, and like the Wii Sports games. I'm gonna have to go downstairs and check if we have any like leftover ones. I can't think of much. Or like what games would I buy if I were to buy like old Wii games? I'm really hoping the rumors about potential Wind Waker HD coming to Switch is true, because I really want to rebuy that game. We used to have Wind Waker on the GameCube, and we got to that one island where it starts raining nonstop, and we just didn't know what to do at that point. We were young and couldn't figure it out. But it'd be nice to, like, revisit that game. But I don't want to, like if it's just going to come out on the Switch, I'd probably just buy it on the Switch. Galaxy? See, like, I'm pretty sure we didn't keep Galaxy, but I have it on as 3D All-Stars, so, like, I'm chilling. I don't need to rebuy it. But yeah, I did have Galaxy. I don't think we kept it, though. I never had Galaxy 2. I had to borrow my cousin's Galaxy 2 to play through it. Which I did do, and I did do the perfect run. I 100%ed it, and that last level was ridiculously tough, but in a good way. And very satisfying to beat it. Do you want Explorers of Sky Switch remake? Yeah, I want to get Explore. I went to GameStop and I saw like their used games, like their like Game Boy DS games, not really Game Boy games, DS and 3DS games, and they had whatever the Gen like 5 one was, Mystery Dungeon something, and I was like, if they had like a Explorers of Time or Darkness or Sky, I would probably buy it, even though it'd be really expensive. Wind Waker's top. Yeah, I want to replay it because as a kid, that's one of those games that you were talking about. It like you just didn't appreciate it as a kid. I didn't appreciate it as a kid because it was too hard. It was too tough. But I feel like I would really enjoy it now, and I want to play it again. And I've heard rumors that they're adding it to the Switch, which it's been a rumor for a while, but apparently there's like new traction for it. Like Wind Waker HD and then Twilight Princess HD are like allegedly getting Switch ports, but I mean, there's also a rumor that the Switch 2 is getting revealed next month, so I just don't know what Nintendo's doing right now. So I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it'd be silly for them to announce new Switch games if they're gonna like reveal the next Switch console. Unless it doesn't matter because it's backwards compatible. Maybe. Time and Darkness are still pretty cheap, so you got both for like $50 each or combined. Because if it's combined, that's lit, but I'm assuming each. What makes Sky so much better than Time? Because I really enjoyed playing Time. I like really liked Time. You never appreciated Pokemon Ranger? Pokemon Ranger, I never played the rest of the series. I only played Pokemon Ranger to get Manaphy eggs, the original. And as it's fun to play through, but it's a really short game and I don't find much value in it. Like, I played through it and it's like, yeah, if you want to kill like 10 plus hours, yes, but it's not a game that I'm, like, raving about, you know? Like, it was enjoyable, but like, I wouldn't care if they announced a new Ranger game coming out or something. Like, I wouldn't be interested. Sky's more missions, areas, and post-game content? Oh, interesting. Oh, really? Combined? No way. That's actually crazy. I might have to look into that. Because I really want to get... I used to have Explorers of Time, and I loved it. I kept Red Rescue Team. I still have Red Rescue Team. I need to finish playing that. Like, catching all the Pokemon. Extra missions from different POVs, like... yeah, that's interesting. You have Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. It's fun. You do recommend. You play Hey You Pikachu now. In terms of spin-off Pokemon games, I could probably name every single spin-off Pokemon game I have played. Because it's not much. I have played Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Pokemon... I'm not going to include... I guess I could include mobile games, but Pokemon Shuffle, Pokemon Go, and, like, new Pokemon Snap. And I'm pretty sure that's it, right? Unless there's some really obscure one I'm not thinking of. But pretty sure that's it. Because I never played Sleep, I never played Unite, I never played that Duel one. Pokemon Duel. Remember that? My cousin was into that. He wanted me to play it, and I was like, I don't know, man. And then they shut it down. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't get invested in that game. The later Ranger games were actually way better somehow. Yeah, but like what I've experienced for Ranger, it doesn't seem like something, especially if they made like a Switch game, it's not something I'd be like itching to drop $60 on. Like even as much as I love like Mystery Dungeon 2, I didn't even buy the remake because I was like, well, I have the original and I don't have to spend $60 on that. Like, that's why I want them to come out with, like, a new Mystery Dungeon that's, like, the all Gen 9 Pokemon. Like, I think that would be cool. I'd be interested in that. Pokemon Conquest is fun. Oh, I've played. If you want to be really technical, Coliseum and XD are like technically spin-offs, but they also connect to main series, so I've played those two as well. Yeah, never played Pokemon Pinball. Did I get Marshadow? Yeah, I got Marshadow when the event came out originally. In Shiny Hunt and Red Rescue remakes? Yeah, but the shiny hunting is awful in it. It's not... the excitement is not finding the shiny. It is recruiting the shiny, which I think is stupid. Only like 40 shiny... only like 40 Pokemon or so can even be shiny. The odds are ridiculously high, and you're not guaranteed to keep them. My ideal way that they do shinies in a mystery dungeon game is make it so that every Pokemon just has a 1 in 40/96 chance to be shiny, and if you find one and knock it out, it's guaranteed to be recruited. That's my ideal way they should do shinies in mystery dungeon. I have no interest in the remakes shinies. I thought it was handled really poorly. Like, think about how like much people still play like Pokemon Rumble because of like Rumble weekends and shiny hunting and stuff. Like, it's done well. And there's a reason why people only still play the original Pokemon Rumble. Because shinies are in it and they're done well. Like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason to even have shinies in the remakes, because it's just not done well. Like, if we're gonna find shiny, if there's gonna be shinies in a mystery dungeon game, it's got to be every Pokemon has a chance. Because think about how much replay value that would be, and there'd be like mystery dungeon weekends and stuff. It'd be so crazy. Explorers of Darkness was pretty cool. Yeah, but that was just a different version of Time. I played Time, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, like, when shiny hunting's done poorly in a remake game, when I see a $60 price tag on it, I'm just like, well, I have the original. Like, why would I buy this? You know? I get so much value out of just my Game Boy game I've had when I was a child. Now, if they had done shinies the right way in the remakes, I would have probably bought it, but I just can't see them ever doing that. But my ideal, like, new Mystery Dungeon game would be if they did Gen 1 through 9 Pokemon, like, all of them. No restrictions, like, you can just get every Pokemon, because that's kind of, like, been a staple of Mystery Dungeon, at least the games I played, where you're able to just, in some way or another, encounter every Pokemon and potentially recruit them. And then have shinies be done right, where everything's just a 1 in 40/96 chance randomly when they're generated, and you're guaranteed to recruit them if you find one. It would be so crazy if they did that, but I don't think they'll do shinies like that in a mystery dungeon game. They're so focused on, like, shinies being, like, a main selling point of Pokemon nowadays that, like, any spin-off Pokemon game, if there's gonna be shinies in it, you can believe they're not gonna be full odds. They're gonna be some sort of forced method. And like, forced method is, like, whatever in a spin-off game. But in Mystery Dungeon, only restricting, like, a handful of Pokemon being shiny was just lame. And then, like, you can't even recruit them most of the time. It's just lame. I just realized I'm not recording. Well, I guess it's okay that I didn't find a shiny now, but now we can find shinies. It's fair, you picked it up for 30 on eBay, so it felt fair enough. Oh yeah, that's fine. If you're picking it up for 30 bucks, that's the only reason I bought Brilliant Diamond. Brilliant Diamond was only like 30 bucks. I wasn't planning on buying it, and I'm like, well, okay, how could I pass up this opportunity to buy a mainline Pokemon game for like 30 bucks? I don't think I've ever done that before. Besides the ones that I thought were fake. But like in box and whatever, you know. Your dream you know never happened is being able to move a Pokemon from Mystery Dungeon games to mainline. I feel like there's no reason to do that. I feel like there's just no, like, why? Like, just keep them in the game. Like, it's a separate thing. It's like Rumble. Like, I get asked all the time every time I do Rumble Weekend, like, can you move these shinies into mainline games? It's like, no, but, like, why would you want to? It's like its own thing. It's kind of how I feel about Pokemon Go. Like, yes, you can move Pokemon from Go into mainline, but like, I think what makes Go fun is having it as its own thing and seeing like your journey through Go as opposed to like, oh, this is progress towards my living dex in mainline games, you know? Do I watch One Piece? No. I've considered it though. When I was painting my my friend's wall, he was watching a lot of One Piece, and I know the live action came out, and it was like actually really good. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of live action remakes of stuff, so but it kind of got me like interested, and I'd be like, maybe I should watch One Piece. It's a huge undertaking though, but I consider it. But I have not watched it, so I wouldn't really get any of the references and stuff. If you were to say some One Piece references. Later, Poiple, thank you for hanging out. I think a good compromise would be an item that you throw onto a Pokemon and give it a guaranteed recruit. Yeah, but that would, like, still take away the idea of finding random shinies. Like, no one would want to, like, play the game unless they had it in case they found a random shiny. Like, I think just... Like, look at Rumble. Rumble is like, every Pokemon is a 1 in 8192 chance of just appearing shiny. And if you find a shiny, you're just guaranteed to keep it. Unless you, like, lose, or unless you, like, die before you pick it up or something. You know? Like, I think that's just done so perfectly. $2016 GBA games were like $35. 2016. Oh, you're saying in 2016 they're like $35? Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much when I started buying them. 2016, 2017. Yeah, it's crazy. That's when I bought a lot of my games, so I only had to pay like crazy high prices for a handful of games. Those were the days. Yeah, take me back to when stuff didn't cost an arm and a leg just to have some nostalgia. It's really mainly Pokemon. Like, I'm sure it's like a thing for like other franchises as well, but it's probably not as crazy as Pokemon. Pokemon is just a very collectible IP. Not just in terms of the monsters. Go on mainline shouldn't have been connected, I think. I don't have an issue with it being connected, but like, I get where you're coming from. I think it made more sense when they weren't connected, but at the same time, we wouldn't be able to get like Meltan or Shiny Genesect or probably the Roaming Form Gimmighoul, stuff like that. But that's just because they made them exclusive. We're gonna enter an era where a lot of Pokemon will only be available shiny through Go. So like, keep that in mind. That's one of the main reasons why I appreciate the connectivity, because as much as I like keeping them separate, if they let us get shiny Victini and Go, you best believe I'm gonna send it into main series, because that's the only way to get. That'd be the only way to get it. You're doing several DTQs now. You're doing Brilliant Diamond DTQ, and you're hunting your starter in the Grand Underground. Nice, good luck. Can you get them to be pretty common in the Grand Underground? I've never tried it. I want to at some point hunt like Torchic, so I hope that's not like super difficult. Just having an unencounterable Torchic where Cute Charm can work is just hard to like pass up. To get like the female gender difference. Oh, you're hunting your starter after all your targets? Nice. What's your favorite shiny fossil Pokemon? I don't know if I have... maybe Armaldo. I know they like nerfed Armaldo shiny in Gen 5, but I still think it's really cool. Was it Gen 5 or Gen 4? I think it was Gen 5. Armaldo's really cool. I don't really have, like... The only ones I really don't care for are, like, the Gen 5 fossil shinies. Like, Tortuga's cool, but, like, Caracosta's very not good. Archon and Archeops are pretty not good either. DCM, thank you for the follow. Thank you for putting a smile on Thanos' face. I do appreciate it. Like, I think Aerodactyl's cool. I think Kabutops is cool. Like, the Kabuto line, the Ammonite line, they're all really cool. Like, Lilip and Anorith are really cool. Like, Shieldon, Granados, those are cool ones. Like, they're all pretty cool. And, like, the Gen 8 fossils are really cool, too. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, the ones with the fish body. No, not the fish body. The, what the heck is it? Is the... Whatever the ice one is, right? Those ones I'm not the biggest fan of. I like the dragon body ones, like Arctozolt and Dracozolt and Dracovish. I think have better shinies because they have more of like the black and purple incorporated. You bought every single childhood Game Boy and DS game for basically the cost of one Pokemon game. How'd you do that? Where'd you do that at? What are your secrets? Just early on. Have you seen the misprint Paldean Fates Mew card? No, what is it? What's wrong with it? Is it like a text error or something? Or is it like just someone pulled one that was printed improperly? In 2016, they were overpriced. You stopped buying them when they got to $50. Yeah, and $50 is like a godsend now for Pokemon games. Mew wasn't printed on the card, so that was like a one-time thing, though, right? It wasn't like there's this whole set of them that are like that. I was hoping you were gonna tell me it was like a text error, and then I'd go and check the ones I pulled, see if there was like a text error on mine. That would have been cool if there was. Because I pulled both of the Mews. Q-Charm work in BDSP, yep. The only games where Q-Charm doesn't work to, like, increase... So here's the thing. Q-Charm doesn't work in the Gen 3 games, excluding Emerald, to influence the gender ratios. In Gen 4, it works to influence the gender ratios, but it messes with shiny odds, so you usually don't hunt with Q-Charm in Gen 4, because it... Unless you RNG abuse, like, your secret ID, whatever, to make Q-Charm work, Q-Charm glitch work to benefit you, it's gonna lower your shiny odds. So most people just don't hunt with Q-Charm in Gen 4. Gen 5, 6, 7, 8... Q-Charm works. Scarlet and Violet doesn't work, but no out-of-battle effects work for abilities in Scarlet and Violet besides the egg-hatching ones. Which is lame. So happy to see you live. You inspired you to start working on your living decks. You made a Google Sheet spreadsheet listing every Pokemon, where they would go, as well as what game they would come from, your origin decks. I have a full list that you can just download. You didn't have to make one yourself, but I mean, if you're happy with it, then that's great. It's a lot of work to do that. Good luck on your living decks. My spreadsheet that I have that anyone can download should be like fully working. There's a Google Sheets version, an Excel version, which the Google Sheets version is exactly the same. It's just lower res sprites so that you can actually download it and like use it in Google Sheets. But if you have Excel, you can just use the full res version. And it has like the fully updated Pokemon and stuff. And I think I fixed, as far as I'm aware, all the errors that were in it. You made it when the first origin... Oh, okay. So you were ahead of the time. Yeah, it took a while to get them all in. Anyone know how to get to Eterna in BDSP? How to get to Eterna? It's the same way you get it in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Just go north of Floromatown. Then go through Eterna Forest. You believe you have to go to where you meet Professor Oak, but you're not sure. Are you talking about Eterna? Are we like saying the name wrong? Because Eterna City is very basic to get to in BDSP. it's literally the second gym. Like, you go to where the path takes you. What's up, T-President? How the hunt's going? I mean, they're going. We haven't gotten anything. I'm hoping for something soon. Still nothing. I need to charge my Game Boy. I don't think it's going to last long enough. Why did I go up on this game? I'm an idiot. The Shaman event. What about the Shaman event? I think he's talking about the legendary, but you're not sure. That's not Eterna at all, then, if we're talking Shaman. So we're talking about a different legendary. Are you talking about Rotom? That's not even legendary, but that's Old Chateau in Eterna Forest. I'm confused. I need more details, because I feel like you guys are just are a little confused on what you're asking. Hopefully the Muse under Oz would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's only so many more hunting sessions we can do before we're going to be over odds for this thing, unfortunately. Eterna Forest? You believe? So, like, what are you asking? Like, let's say this all in one message. What exactly are you asking? Are you asking how to get to Eterna Forest? How to get to Eterna City? Right and up, essentially. Like, you should be able to follow it if it's like, if you're in Eterna Forest and you're trying to get to Eterna City, it's really not that hard. Like, there's kind of only really, like, one way to go. Like, one main way to go. You, like, start off, like, going up. I'm gonna be mirrored, so I guess this way. You start off, like, going up, and then you go, like, this way, and then you go down, and then you go, like, this way, and then, like, up, and then you're out. Like, it's really basic. How to get to Eterna Forest. So if you're at Floroma Town, you just go right of Floroma Town, and there's a bridge that goes up, and then you just go up that route. And it's at the end of the route. Like, that's even easier to explain. Like, I don't know what you're confused about. It's really basic. I should plug in my Game Boy. I keep forgetting to do that. I don't know why this Game Boy is at low battery. Oh, now it's not, apparently. It's alternating. I don't know why. Usually should have more than enough battery life to go through a stream, so I don't know what's going on there. You need to have a Pokemon with the Rock Smash ability in the Ravaged Path. Oh, you're still at Jubilife? Yeah, you gotta, once you get Rock Smash, you can go in that cave and then use Rock Smash to get farther. Can you get both Mew and Deoxys and Emerald? Yes, you can. It's like the same process to unlock the events, too. It's just you need to do an extra double corruption to get the Aurora ticket. How many badges can you have to get the Master Ball and Fire Leaf Green? 2? I think technically, yeah. I think technically you only need 2 to get the Master Ball. Because once you have access to cut, which is beating the second gym, you can get through most of Kanto, and then you just have to go to the game corner, and then the Pokemon Tower, and then you can go to Silphco. Yeah, you can get through you can get through almost all of Kanto with just 2 badges. And I don't think there's any restriction to when you can battle Giovanni. It's only like the gyms that have restrictions. Like you won't be able to battle like Sabrina until you like get like 6 gyms or something, 6 gym badges or something. Something like that. You want an underleveled Raichu in a Master Ball for your badge class? Good luck. I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna hunt the Viridian Forest Pikachu. That's gonna be tough. But like, why have it be underleveled when? First of all, it's a Thunderstone, so even a level 1 Raichu makes sense. And second of all, if it's for a badge quest, wouldn't you just level it up inevitably anyway? What's up, Poker Roar? Welcome in. You want to get a shiny Larvitar? Then hunt yourself a shiny Larvitar. Go for it. You got this. I don't know how people go for that Viridian Forest Pikachu. That seems way too ridiculous. I could never target a 5%. The most I would do would be to quote-unquote target a 5%, but like also need everything else on the route and then just stop hunting once I got everything else I needed on the route. And if I get the 5%, then great, but I probably wouldn't, and if not, I'll just move on. I actually underleveled shiny Pokemon of weird semi-legal ones like Battle Tower roamers. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know how you can have underleveled roamers.
Put a smile on my face.
Esteban, I'm sure if you're in here, let me know. But I guess thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I really gotta figure that out. You ever play the DBZ Game Boy games like Bidoof's Fury? No, I've never played Dragon Ball games. You RNG manipulate 90% of your mons? Oh, okay. It is crazy. I feel like more and more people are like RNG abusing nowadays. I feel like that was like never a thing, but now I feel like a lot of people do it now. Is that because of Scarlet and Violet? I feel like there's 2 outcomes that have happened since Scarlet and Violet got released in terms of shiny hunting. And the first outcome is people realize just how ridiculously easy it is to get shinies in those games, so they go back to like full odds in older games and really enjoy it, and then like either start full odds hunting for the first time or go back to it. And then there's like the other half that go to older games because they got hooked on shiny hunting, realize just how like much harder it is to shiny hunt in older games, so then they just go to RNG abuse. But that's just a theory. I don't have any evidence on that. You blame BDSP for the RNG rise? Oh, is it like super easy to RNG abuse in BDSP? That could be it. I don't do RNG abuse. I'm not like in the loop, so like I don't know. I just have my theories. But I feel like a lot of people in chat are RNG abusing now. When it was before, it was just like I never really heard about it. You've been a mod for the community since like Gen 7, yes. And BSP got glitches in RNG manipulate. Everything banging. Really, RNG manips picked up in raid dens, then exploited with Papa Hefe. Oh, I knew about like the raid den stuff. The blinking makes it pretty easy. I don't even know what that is, what the blinking is. I don't know what that means. But again, I don't really want to know. I don't care enough. I've never been interested in RNG, so I don't need to know what everything means. Maybe I'm just a boomer, but I miss the days when people like ask about shiny hunts and then be like, maybe I should try this. But now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna RNG abuse this thing. You do some homework while watching the stream, so sorry if you don't comment. You don't have to. You guys don't have to apologize for not like commenting or chatting or anything. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you here either way. Blink twice if I want to know what blinking is. I'm good. I'll just blink at a normal rate. Why would you say that? Now I'm aware about my blinking. Gosh. Not everyone's aware about their blinking. You just got one of the rarest outbreaks you have seen, and that was a Cherubi outbreak. In Legends? No way, right? What's up, Adi? Welcome in. No way Cherubi outbreaks exist in Legends. There's no way. How have I never known about this? There's actually no way. I would have heard about this by now. You're trolling me. There's no way you get Cherubi outbreaks. Can Burmy also outbreak? There's no way. There is 0% chance this is true. Have I got shiny Celebi yet? But why do people ask me that? Are you the same person that asked me that last time? There was someone like a few streams ago on YouTube asked if I got shiny Celebi yet. Where have I implied that I'm hunting Celebi? I'm not hunting shiny Celebi. I'm hunting shiny Mew. Of course I don't have shiny Celebi yet. Cherubi MMOs maybe? I don't remember seeing any. Yeah, I've never heard of this being a thing. I feel like I would have heard about it. Cherubi is in outbreaks. Burmy is not. So I've been doing this freaking alpha challenge, and no one in chat has ever thought to like let me know that Cherubi could possibly outbreak in Legends. You guys are wild. Like, come on, guys. What's wrong with you? You start asking if I have shiny Mew yet. Fair. Fair, because that would be even worse. Yeah, I've had multiple people like come in chat and be like, have you gotten shiny Celebi yet? And it's like, what do you mean? All of my shinies that I've gotten are pretty much on my YouTube channel. So if you go on my YouTube channel and search shiny Celebi and there isn't like an actual shiny reaction for it and just the tutorial that would show up on how to actually go for it, then that's your answer. But yeah, I plan to shiny hunt Celebi some point this year. I don't know when though. How'd I get the Mew event? Lots of glitches. I cannot explain it in this stream. I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel though. but I think I'm going to end stream here because we just hit 6,000. That seems like a good number to end on. I'm hoping to stream this hunt a bit more because I really want to get going with it. And I feel like if we aren't struggling with like the simulcasting and stuff, then we'll be able to get more encounters. Because I feel like some streams we were able to get like 700 something encounters per stream, and now we've been kind of dancing around 500, which hoping we can like get a little more consistent with it. So hopefully that can work. But I mean, the stream was working good today because we didn't disconnect. So I guess we'll just have to keep doing this. It seemed to be working pretty well. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and I will see you next time.